Hey, what's going on guys? It's Michael with Wildlife X Team. Today we're going to be talking about whether or not you should feed wild creatures. The answer is, most of the time, you should probably not. Except for the exception of birds and squirrels in your backyard being fed healthy food, and maybe some creatures in the pond at a park nearby. In most situations, and even those only under certain circumstances, you should not be feeding wild animals. So here are 4 reasons why you should not feed wildlife animals. And don't forget the exceptions. We're going to go over those again, just so that way you know, in most cases, these 4 reasons are going to apply and you should not feed wildlife animals. However, there are a few exceptions in which it is okay and maybe even beneficial. Reason number 1 for why you should not feed wildlife animals is because those creatures will lose their caution of humans. As you all know, we all drive our cars. And if we're feeding wildlife animals, slowly they're going to be conditioned to associate humans with food. And we are always around cars and technology and dangerous machinery. And so when these creatures lose their fear of cities and human-related technology, they're going to be approaching humans even in the city, and they may be crossing the street or crossing other dangerous paths which may lead to them getting hit by a car. So they would get injured and it would cause a huge problem for the owner of the car as well. Another side reason of why it's bad that animals are losing their caution of humans is they may get conditioned to actually pester humans for food. For example, maybe if you have a sandwich and you're out on the beach and there's all kinds of birds, a lot of these birds have been fed before by humans, and so they've completely lost their fear, and in fact they've learned that they can pester humans to be given food. So they might suddenly attack someone, they might be aggressive and follow them around, they might approach them and try and take the food from them. This is also a huge problem because if the person is not willing to give their food to the wildlife animals so that way they go away, the wildlife animal may attack the person, which could spread disease, cause infections, or just cause a fight and get other animals nearby rowdy and just all around spread aggression, which is not good. Reason number 2 is that human food is simply not meant for animals. There's a deformity called angel wing found in some goose, ducks, etc., all kinds of type of animals that you would find in a pond because humans are feeding them crackers, white bread, and other food that they're not supposed to eat. This deformity is going to hurt them, and all in all, our food is simply not meant for the wildlife animals. So if you do need to feed a wildlife animal, in some cases, like the exception of your backyard for birds or squirrels, or at the park where the geese are kind of just walking around, they're not too aggressive or whatever, if you want to feed them, just make sure that you know what you're giving them is safe and you've researched what is safe to give them, because some human food is not going to be safe to give them. It's going to cause disease and it's going to hurt the animals. Reason number 3 for why you shouldn't feed wildlife animals human food is that it can cause aggression between animals. So let's say you're at the beach again and you decided to give one bird that was walking around a little bit of cracker. So maybe it eats it, but then other birds go, oh, he's getting food. We're all gonna go and get food. And so they might start attacking you, they might attack the person, and they're gonna be very aggressive and competitive for the food you're giving. And so that could hurt those animals, it could cause a ton of chaos, and it could damage property nearby because all of the birds are coming into one place because they're trying to get that food. If you've ever been at a park or a beach and you've fed an animal once, you've definitely seen this before, where you feed one bird and they all come and they are all begging for food and they're making a huge noise and going chaotic just for your food. Final reason for why you shouldn't feed wildlife animals food is simply because it's conditioning them to get food from humans rather than from themselves. So if they get lost and they leave the city and they go back into nature, or humans simply stop feeding them, they may have forgotten, or their abilities to collect new food is simply not going to be as sharp as it used to be because they were conditioned, oh, all I have to do is go up to a human, follow them around a little bit, and then I'm gonna get fed. So they might forget how to hunt, they might stop hunting, and then when they go back into the wild or humans simply stop feeding them, they're going to have a harder time actually sourcing their food, so they're more likely to starve, and that's just not going to be good at all. So while feeding them feeds them in the short term, it's actually conditioning them to forget how to get food because it's positively conditioning them, hey, I'm just gonna go over here and just get some food from this guy right here. And so they forget it, they stop doing it. So it helps them in the short term, but in the long term, it's not gonna help them at all. That right there is 4 reasons why you should not feed wildlife animals. Now, like I said, if you have a backyard in your home, it is okay to feed birds or squirrels and kind of leave food out for them as long as it's safe and it's going to be healthy for them, as well as at a local park, as long as there are always geese around there. And again, you're feeding them food that is safe for them, so that way we're not causing angel wing, we're not negatively conditioning them, so on and so forth. So we hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below, and make sure to hit like if this video helped you out. My name is Michael with Wildlife X Team, and we hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.